Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. We're going to do some live readings here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thanks. Love you guys. Yeah, so we're going to do some, hey! How is everyone? Doing well, I hope. How you feeling? How's the energy treating ya? What you got going on? Got some planets going direct this week and things like that happening. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so we have a Queen of Swords in reverse with a Page of Wands in reverse. And really the energy I'm getting off of that is, I don't know, there's somebody that can't watch you or can't see you, or I don't know. There's also somebody who's not getting good news. They're getting bad news, okay? Or if it's not bad news, they're just not getting the good news that they expected here, okay? But this is somebody who is not nice, okay? This is somebody who could have been in some sort of competition with you, okay? Hey, Dom. Oh, I'm so glad you feel fabulous. Yeah, this is somebody, the Queen of Swords in reverse, they lie, they gossip, they're not kind, they, that type of energy. This person, I think they're getting some sort of bad news because they could have been trying to cause maybe something in your life possibly, or they could have been in competition with you, or it was like trying to bring some sort of drama and chaos to your door here. Yeah. Or to somebody else. To this Emperor. Okay? Or they could have been competing with you for this Emperor. I don't think you've been competing for anything, but this person could have been competing with you. Random, all this stuff is just kind of flying out. I thought we were doing personals, but it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, they could have been trying to prevent some sort of partnership here. Okay? Yeah. It's a blanket. Yeah. Okay, so somebody's getting some bad news. I'm probably not you. Just put yourself where, yeah, we have the World here. The Empress, the Star. Yes. I don't know. I feel like somebody was trying to bring some sort of like sadness or heartbreak or depression or something into your home. Okay? That's what it feels like. But bad news is, it didn't work. Yes, you can. We're here for personals. I just was shuffling and these things started coming out, so I just was rolling with it. But yes, you guys can send in donations and we can do personals for sure. You've been feeling depressed? Yikes. Hi, Irene. I'm sorry, Dom. Sometimes we dive into that for purpose. It's never a fun time, you know. Hey, Deborah. It is very cozy, Redbeard. It is very cozy. It's my favorite blankie. Okay, Dominique, what would you like to know here? Yeah, I'm not sure who that message was for. Somebody's just not getting good news. I don't know. Again, I feel like they wanted to bring some sort of energy into your house. And you are not having it. I don't think. Or the divine's not having it or something. All right. All right. What does Dominique need to know here? What does Dominique need to know? Okay, so there's an energy coming through of like stick to the plan, okay? Because I feel like there's something, Queen of Swords in the upright, there's something that you're seeing correctly. You're headed down, you're headed in the right direction. We have the Four of Wands as well here coming after that. It's like see how the Queen of Wands is like looking at this Four of Wands and is like, okay, that is the direction I'm going in. This is my path. This is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going, right? And this is like something that you're seeing correctly. Now, there could be some energies that are coming forward, right? Say, for instance, you made a decision, Dominique, and there could be some resistance that's coming up. This resistance is to help you clear any blockages that just, mental, internal, emotional blockages, to help get you to this destination, right? So if there's any like resistance or anything like that that you're feeling, okay, work through that internally and definitely stick to the plan, because I feel like you could have received some sort of vision or insight or intuition, or you just know, okay? So it's like, stick to the plan, okay? You made a good decision, right? The vision that you had was clear, or the download or the inspiration or whatever, it was clear, it was correct. You were seeing something correctly, your truth and all of that, and you are headed in the correct direction towards this, like, mastery here. So the message is coming through with that. If, again, stick to the plan, okay? And any resistance that you're feeling, it's just anything inside of you that says that may say to you, oh, you can't do that, or you're not good enough for that, or who do you think you are, right? Like that type of energy here, okay? That's kind of what's coming up to just be removed. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, but yeah, wish fulfillment here, for sure, okay? You're doing a good job, though. You're doing a good job. Definitely. Anything else for Dom? Yeah, you're, yeah, it's with the devil coming out here, it's like your restrictions, lower vibration. It's just, there's energies, fear trying to cause illusions that make you feel like, oh, maybe that isn't my wish fulfillment, or maybe that's not what I really want, or you know what I mean? But that's all those coming from those restrictions, that are formed from those beliefs that I listed, internal things from a younger you that says, that you're not good enough here. But yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. You're breaking free, from those things. Okay? So stick to the plan. I'm excited for you. You're very welcome. Yeah, I don't know who that was for. If it resonated with you, as far as that original message that was coming out. Let's see if anything else comes out. Anything random. Really have no agenda other than just hanging out, maybe getting some random messages, reading for y'all. There is a Patreon that is posting. Let me check on that. Ooh, okay. Publish. What are you guys up to? Ooh, my stomach's growling. Did you hear that? Anything exciting? Hey, I made homemade pasta sauce for the first time last night, and I'm so proud of myself. It was so good. I don't think I'll ever buy it in a jar ever again. And who would have thought? It was so easy. It was so easy. And it smelled so good, and it tasted so good, and it was so fresh. Yeah, delicious. If you are on the fence about trying to make your own pasta sauce, do it. For real. Yeah, over the weekend, I like watching Queer Eye, and I had that kind of playing in the background, and you know, they do like the clothes and the food and all the different things, and there was they were doing one episode, and in one of them they made this like pasta sauce, and I was like, that looks easy as shit. And it and it really is. I was like, I want to try that. Okay, Irene, my lovely darling dear, what is your question? It's like literally like very little ingredients. Crushed tomatoes, butter, onion, garlic, basil, little parsley, salt and pepper. So good. All right, I know, Irene. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what does Irene need to know at this time? Yeah, you should. It was so good. I put some red pepper flakes in mine too. No, hi Michelle. Love you, darling. So good to see you. All right, for Irene, for Irene, for Irene, for Irene. Okay, Irene, it feels like you may be like kind of on the fence about like maybe somebody's intentions towards you or a connection with someone, or like it's kind of like should I stay or should I go? Right? Like there it feels like you could be maybe questioning like, is this person good for me, right? Are they good to have in my energy? Are they, and it doesn't necessarily, I'm not sure the connection you have with this person, but it does, it feels kind of like uncertainty around this connection here. But I think that honestly, I think that whatever you're feeling is true, because I feel as though it's like, it feels like this energy is kind of very sneaky. I have to be honest with you, okay? And it's not to say that this person necessarily has like bad intentions, Okay, but I do feel like, yeah, there's something about this person maybe not being emotionally available, which is important, like in all dynamics, right? Not just like romantic here. Because for some reason I'm picking up on a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be, you know, this person could be just predominantly in a masculine energy, but I feel like by walking away from this energy, it's like you know the truth, and for some reason I feel like this person is kind of sneaky, or it's like a tricky energy, and I feel like, you know, by choosing to I feel like it's choosing yourself, right? There's almost an energy of like holding on to this because it's like, you know, well, what if their intentions aren't bad, or what if they're, you know, but it feels like for some reason keeping this person around is not choosing yourself, like prioritizing yourself, right? It's like kind of putting your needs and wants and things like that and your energy like kind of like on the back burner. You know what I mean? So I feel like you definitely know the truth about this energy, okay? Again, it could be very sneaky, and so you may be doubting yourself a little bit here when it comes to this, but yeah, this feels like an energy that could have been maybe persistent here in your life, throughout life, and things like that. It's a very covert energy. Yeah. Anything else for Irene? The sun. Yeah. You see very clearly. Hey, Tank. Hey, Christina. Uh-huh. Justice card, Irene. Yeah. You see the situation very clearly, okay? And it feels like by choosing you, it's going to balance out some sort of scales, something that was imbalance, okay? So, yeah, and this imbalance could have really been causing some sort of delays, to be honest with you. Yeah, but this is for sure a sneaky energy. And again, it's like covert and sneaky, and so it's like, and I feel like inside you're like, yeah, this, you know, this person just really isn't good for me. Whether or not it's not a matter of this person is intentionally hurting me or betraying me or something like that. It's just really stepping out of a people pleasing energy here. Hey, Candy. Right on. Let's get to it, shall we? Irene, is that helpful, my dear? Michelle's been so busy. All right, Candy, would you like me to... Okay. But however it resonates with you, my dear. But yeah, it's a sneaky energy. It's like... can be very convincing is what they just said. Like, I feel like it's very dishonest. Okay. So Candy, will start with you, which is what do you need to know, and then we'll go to Lee. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Irene. Yeah, they're saying listen to your body when it comes to this, okay? Listen to your body. You know, I don't think you have a hard time tapping into your body and stuff like this. But this is an energy that I feel like it's like, you know, kind of gets in your head a little bit, or it can if you allow it. The word lies keeps coming through. So this is an energy that is, you know, lies filled with illusion, you know? Okay, so what does Candy need to know? What does Candy need to know? Ooh, Wheel of Fortune was kind of popping out. I like that. All right, here's that Two of Swords again. For Candy, please. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. Okay. So, Candy, I feel like you could be kind of, with this Two of Swords, I heard crossroads. You could be kind of at a crossroads. And it feels like, it's like, I feel like, honestly, it feels like the way that you show up in the world. If I'm being completely honest, we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Emperor here. Three of Wands with the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords. The Moon, the Five of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. This is like kind of being at a crossroads. I don't want to. It doesn't feel like it's like, you know, choosing the past or the new, but kind of. But it feels more like there's like something about like looking down the road when it comes to like a decision that you're making, okay? Because it feels like there's and again, I don't know how this is showing up in your life, or you know, whether this is like an actual decision or just the energy that you show up in. I'm not exactly sure, but it's like one of these paths, right? I feel like there's like intuitively, you know, that like down the road that it's something that you're going to be like breaking away from, is kind of what, I don't know how to explain the way this feels. It's like there's one path that is like, I feel like it's aligned with this Queen of Pentacles, right? Somebody that is, you know, very attractive, but also they attract their needs. They take care of their business, their things like that. But then another path is like this Emperor energy. And that's the one where it feels like it's like, I don't want to call it an illusion, but it feels like it's something that it's like you would eventually walk away from. I hope this is making sense to you because it's really hard for me to explain. There's like a decision where it's like, okay, so there could be like instant gratification, right? But it's like, you know, say for instance there's a decision and it's like, okay, so you could get more right now, right? But eventually you're not going to be happy down this way, or you can go this way, and it's like there's consistent, you know, whether it be like finances or joy or purpose or whatever it is. It's like there's consistency over here, but then there's like, you know, like on this path it's like, okay, you get it all now, right? And eventually you're going to burn out. If Is this making any sense, Candy? I hope it is, but it's like that's what it feels like. And I feel like the divine is saying, like, you know, confirming your intuition on, you know, going down the path. It's like getting it all now and, you know, walking away from it later. I don't feel like that's, I feel like it's a confirmation. You can do whatever you want, you know what I mean? Because they're not really giving any uh, energy about like which way is necessarily the right way. I don't know that there is a right way, but I feel like this is a confirmation that down one path there's steady, right? It's steady. It's you know, progressive. It grows. It builds, right? But it's like, but down another path, it's just instant gratification, and eventually it's like not gratifying at all. So whatever I don't know what they're trying to, like, what are you trying to tell her? What are we trying to tell Candy here? Like, are we just confirming this, or are we these could be paths that are opening up for you. This could be a decision that's coming. But I do feel like regardless of whatever this is, you are ending a cycle of, because the world, the Five of Pentacles, this is like coming out of some sort of like lack mentality, right? Being left out or abandoned or rejected or something like that. You're definitely coming out of that mentality here. And maybe even that reality, okay? But yeah, and so there may be like a choice that's coming up. It's like, okay, so you've ended this cycle and now a new cycle is starting, and you may have options. And your gut is going to tell you, okay, so this offer is a little bit smaller than this offer, okay, whatever it is, right? But this one definitely gives like long term, you know, stability, whereas this one is going to kind of trickle out. You know what I mean? It's going to lose its you know, and we don't want to make decisions based on, you know, sick. I feel like you're being guided to go towards the one that isn't going to trickle out. Okay, the one that's maybe not as appealing initially, but has a lot more benefit for the long term, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's move on to Lee. Lee wants to know what is her purpose, right? That's what that said. Ooh, 1717 and 1111. Hey. Hey, Renee. All right. Lee wants to know what is her purpose. What is Lee's purpose? So keep in mind, Lee, that purpose is ever shifting, ever evolving, okay? But we'll figure out what it is that you need to know about purpose at this time. Okay, so you're giving like real earth angel energy. And a lot of times, you know, especially when we go through this awakening, we lose sight of, especially as an earth angel, and we hear, you know, we have purpose, and then our human mind wants to put a specific thing on it. And I want you to know, like, as this earth angel energy is showing up, that a lot of your purpose is harnessing that energy, empowering yourself, you know, growing and developing internally, and then just showing up in the world with that energy, right? Being in the right place at the right time, following your intuition, and allowing your purpose to kind of unfold itself. You know, but just by, you know, it's like you never know when you know, when a stranger will walk up to you and want random advice, and you just happen to channel something, or you know, you know, like that type of thing. I feel like Knight of Wands, Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Temperance here. There's definitely an energy of, I feel like you're shifting. Your energy is shifting here very quickly with this Knight of Wands. Tell me more about Lee's purpose. That was the Star. Yeah, I can see it's like you're trying to, I feel like you are wanting to like plan, right? You're wanting to, you know, take steps towards something, right? It's like there's this energy of like, yeah, if I'm here, I have a purpose. Let's figure out what that is so I can get into it. And I totally understand this feeling. But I feel like there's a huge message coming through about like don't hold on too tightly to like one thing, right? Like there are a lot of things that you're gifted with and that you are talented at, and you know, it's kind of like this energy, you know, being an earth angel kind of has its like privileges in the way of like you really can do whatever brings you bliss, right? You really can you know, do that. And what's crazy is the universe and the divine are so intelligent, right? That that everything is kind of already orchestrated for you, right? To be in purpose at any given moment. And so it's like, you know, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. That's, you know, kind of being the mom or the you know, but I feel like too, this is, with this Two of Wands, it's planning some sort of investment. You know, you may not be a mom, Lee, but the Queen of Pentacles usually is like the wife or the mom. Then we have the Queen of Swords here, right? That would be like somebody who's like, you know, like a teacher or something like that, right? It's like you have all of these different qualities that can be used in so many different ways here, okay? And so it's really more so about, Lee, like, what do you want to do? And you may not know exactly what it is that you want to do right now, and that's okay, because you know, as you're working through these internal things and harnessing your energy and balancing those things out and investing in yourself, purpose will just show up for you. But is there any specifics about what she will end up where she'll end up, you know, that type of thing. So we can give her, we have the Nine of Cups here. It feels like, with the Five of Pentacles here. So this feels like, you know, something intuitive with the Nine of Cups. Cups can be your intuition. But it feels like like some sort of advocate, you know, kind of, I feel like this is helping people get out of less fortunate situations, right? So whether this be through coaching or mentoring or actually working in social services or, you know, working for a nonprofit organization. I feel like with this Nine of Cups, this Five of Pentacles, this makes me feel like you are meant to help people rebuild their life. You know what I mean? People that could have gone through struggles or found themselves in undesirable situations. And you are somebody that is meant to, you know, help them find the resources and maybe get back up on their feet. Now, obviously, through these certain ways, okay? So yeah, this is definitely, I feel like, the direction that you're going in, Lee. But again, keep in mind that your purpose is ever changing, ever evolving, right? So follow your intuition, follow your current bliss, and you will be led to this destination. But there may be some things along the way that the divine has, you know, it's like we're in purpose every single day. So just don't forget that, right? Don't forget that. But yeah, this feels like some sort of like, you know, like I said, you could help, like, maybe there's, like women and children, right? Finding housing and you know, again, like resources or jobs or it doesn't necessarily have to be all that, right? Maybe you're less involved with them and more involved with, I feel like you're definitely involved with people here, for sure. Feels like something social servicey, okay? But again, it doesn't have to be through that exact avenue. But that's what it feels like. Yeah, they said get like helping people get their second chance, okay? So this is helping people who have, you know, essentially hit a hardship in their life or rock bottom or something like that. And you are the person that helps build them back up, whether it be internally or actually in the physical. For some reason, I feel like you're more on the end of, like with resources and things like that. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Lee. Ooh, 1919 now. What's everyone up to? Sure, Renee. What's SSDD? I don't think I know what that is. Oh, hi, Maui. He's looking at me through the mirror. Ooh, how exciting. Oh. When is your birthday? Happy birthday. you. I love this energy. Feeling yourself. April 12th. That's the same day that Michelle's daughter is getting married. It's going to be a beautiful day. Maui was looking at me through the mirror. It's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. He is so silly. Renee, did you have a question, my dear? Ooh, okay. Is Renee going to find her? Okay, so, yes. Yes, okay, we have the Eight of Wands, which is fast, okay? But there's something about, like, I feel like this person's meant to find you. But tell me more. Yeah, something makes me feel like this person's meant to find you. Tell me more for Renee. Okay, but I do also feel like, I feel like you're releasing, because we have the Nine of Swords crossed by the Knight of Wands with the Three of Swords. But then we have the World with the Five of Swords, okay? You're closing out of what feels like it's not necessarily a cycle. It's like a heartbreak. There was some sort of like open wound from the past, okay, that just hadn't like quite closed out, and so it was almost like repeating itself, right? You would attract certain energies that would kind of repeat this energy, or would be kind of match that energy, but it feels like it's like you're healing this, you're closing that out, it's like, you know what I mean, like especially with this Five of Swords, you're defeating that energy here, this heartbreak. Okay, so I feel like this is what's currently going on with you, especially really loving yourself. I can feel that, right? Like, but this person is, yeah, they said it again. This person is going to find you. Mm-hmm. I feel like this healing that you've been doing from this heartbreak, I feel like it was more, it was a lot, like, right, like it was something that I feel like it took you through a lot here, okay? Also, Renee, avoid any like arguing. I don't know if there may be somebody who may want to come argue with you. Avoid that. Don't fuck with that. Okay? Just either ignore them or like, but don't get into it with them. Okay? Yeah. Whoever, it may be unexpected. They may be there. It definitely feels like they have some sort of agenda. Okay? Watch out for that person. Just either kill them with kindness and truth. You know what I mean? Like, speak your truth about this situation in a very kind and understanding way, and shut them down that way, or just don't say anything. Okay? But yeah. So the answer to your question, Renee, is yes. This person will find you, so you won't need to be getting on any like dating apps or anything like that. This feels like this person is going to find you, but currently the energy is you starting this new, fresh beginning with a healed heart. This is like what's going on now. Like, it really feels like, it's like, I feel like you've been healing this for quite some time, and so it's like I really feel like you're like really closing this out, finishing that up, and stepping into this, like, you know, this Ace of Cups energy here of like loving yourself again, you know, regaining that confidence. It's reminding me of like when we were younger, right? Before we ever received like any type of heartbreak, and like how we were just, you know, so you know, open and loving, and the way that you showed up in those connections, right? Like it's like bringing that back to life, right? Removing all fear and trust issues, obviously. You know, you know, so you can show up, you know, with boundaries and things like that. But yeah, this is like bringing back a like a childlike essence, kind of like unconditional love, really, is what it is. Yeah. No, you're welcome. I love you too. You're welcome, Candy. Thank you. Yes, keep healing, but don't forget to live life. I sometimes struggle with that. I forget to live life because it's like my mind is like, has this, it's like, okay, so I'll heal first, then I'll live. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like that one track, like my mind thinks that way. And I have to like scratch that. Like, no, we're going to heal and live simultaneously. But that's just how my life, how my mind has always worked, right? And I've had to, yeah. So proud of you for the sober journey. Living is good. Your party's at a bar. That'll be fun. Oh, thanks, Tink. Yeah, I just, you know, and that's something that like developed over time, right? It's like, but I somehow, yeah, it's hard to explain. My mind does weird things. My mind does weird things. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Renee. It's probably that perfectionism that I'm still working through. You know. You know. But anyways, yeah, what else you guys got going on? I'm going to run by the grocery store. you know, all the stuff. Michael has practice today and it is freezing outside. I am not excited about that. How'd that go, Tink? And his practices are like later in the evening, so it's like right now they're practicing, like, obviously there's lights on, but mostly in the dark. Which makes it colder, is my point. Oh, good. Nice, Marie. 23 years, hell yeah. Love you, Renee. Have a good day. Happy birthday. Have fun and be safe. Yeah, we just got to get through a couple this month probably, and into May it should start warming up, I guess, but yeah. I get all bundled up. I put on lots of layers and take a blanket and a coat. Yeah, right? I was like, man, why? My furnace is still on in April. That's crazy. I do be keeping a window cracked. Yes. When it was frozen this winter, I did not. I did not keep a window cracked. No. Oh, you're welcome, Lee. Nice. Your cat is cold. Well, maybe you don't have to keep it cracked all the time. Just let some fresh air in every day. Ugh. Anyways. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Does anybody want any free ones? I already got the one reading. Hey, Arkansas. All right, what we got? What are our questions? So we'll do one for Arkansas, we'll do one for Marie, and we'll do one for Sunsies. Free boys. Free boys. Look, 111 on there. Somebody needs to know. I feel like going back to like the perfectionism thing, there's something about divine timing. Um, I saw this thing earlier, and it's coming through. I want to share it really quick before we jump on these free boys. So this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this top one says life when you make the right decision, and then this bottom one says life when you make a mistake. And they're like literally the exact same. Or when you make a wrong decision. And they're exactly the same. So there's something, I feel like somebody here could be judging themselves because they feel like they're meant to be somewhere like at a different point in their journey. So you could be like looking at your decisions or something like that, and like maybe like kind of beating yourself up a little bit. But it's about divine timing. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Like literally, you are exactly where you're meant to be. And so like if you feel like quit kicking yourself in the ass. The decisions that you've made have always been the right decisions. Even if it took you down a path that you didn't necessarily that didn't deem like it didn't go well, okay, right? Like that path still served purpose. So it's like, and I'm gonna meditate on this more, right? But you know, like that's a touchy thing. It's like, say for instance, somebody's like beating themselves up because they feel like they should be more financially well off, or own a house, or you know, have more peace, or you know, something like that. And it's like this is all coming in divine timing. If that makes sense. Like, honor your authenticity. Some of you are like judging part of your authenticity as a mistake. And like, I don't know what that would be, but it's coming through. It's like some of you are judging some of the very authentic parts of yourself, and viewing it as a mistake, or because maybe it doesn't fit in how other people perceive or something like that. And it's like, no, you're right where you're supposed to be. And all of the things that you that you feel like your mistakes are keeping you from, like, they're coming, right? It's in divine timing. If you were meant to have all the money right now, you would have it, right? If you were meant to have all the peace right now, you would have it. There's just, you know what I mean? It's like, it's coming. It's all coming, right? It's all, and again, this isn't to say, you know, willy-nilly out there, you know, doing whatever the F you want, right? Like, but I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who is judging their own authenticity. And quit that. Just quit it. Okay? Okay. Let Maui out really fast, and then we'll get to the free ones. Sorry guys, I had to let that out for sure. Okay. Hopefully nothing exciting happens. Yeah, you're welcome. And so then, like, to extend off of that, right? Like, oftentimes it's our own selves that are like, oh, that was a mistake, right? Okay, so let's start with, and so then our thoughts, you know, anyways. Okay, so Arkansas wants to know where to go from here. Are you kidding? Hold on, guys. Anyways. Hopefully he just takes it easy. All right. Where should Arkansas go from here? Ooh. Okay, I don't know if this is associated with what you're talking about, but I definitely feel like there's a partnership that it doesn't have to be romantic. It can definitely be like platonic or something like that. This person doesn't view you like they say they do. Okay, there's somebody that you're being encouraged to hold back from. Because this person, they don't view you, or maybe they don't even say like they do, but it's like they don't view you how they show up to you. Okay, like this, you're being encouraged to hold back from this. I feel like you intuitively know who this is, and this is a confirmation for you. But this could be also somebody, yeah, this is like somebody who's like getting information and taking it to somebody else. Maui! Leave the daggum neighbors alone, would ya? Yeah. Yeah. This is somebody who, yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't know what this is associated with or who this is. You probably do. But, Yeah, that's what this feels like. It's like somebody that shows up and I feel like whoever this is, they hold on to you like very tightly. Or they hold on to this connection very tightly here. But I think because they sorry, I'm distracted by Maui. I'm like, I don't want because the neighbors are in and out, and I don't, they've got those little kids over there. When I went out to get him, he was like, he ran away from me. Like, I'm not ready to come in. And it's like, I know, but hello. Like, yeah, this is somebody that you've known here, okay? But, and in the past, they could have been, because I do feel like they turned on you here, okay? I feel like they flipped the script, okay? You know, it's like somebody may be coming back around here. Yeah, they don't view you the way that they appear to, okay? This person, I feel like, is lying. They have some sort of other agenda. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's coming through. I can't really get a whole lot on this energy, to be honest with you, because it's like, basically it feels like a fake ass person coming towards you because they have some sort of agenda here. They get some sort of value out of like being around you, being in your presence, something like that. Just be mindful of this person. Okay. All right, Marie wants to know, will she get the summer position traveling? Ooh, will Marie get the summer position traveling? Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, there may even be more opportunities coming to you. Like, you may have more options that show up. Because 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups, this is celebrating. This is also 10 Cups. But the 7 of Cups is options, multiple options. It can be confusion. It can be delusion, but I don't feel like that's applicable here. I feel like, yeah, there may be like kind of multiple options here. 3 of Cups is definitely celebrating. So, Marie, to answer your question is like, yes, you are going to get that position, and you probably have other opportunities coming in as well. And I feel like you are going to be celebrating quite a bit. Okay. Arkansas, I'm so sorry that that's your current experience. That's hard. All right. What is blocking Sun Z? You're welcome, lovely. What is blocking Sunsy's work and finances? What is blocking Sunsy's work and finances? Well, we have the Magician. The Three of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Two of Wands. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay, so I do feel like there's some outside interference here, like some energetic interference, but I feel like that's actually coming to an end, to be honest with you, with the Magician, the Death here. Tell me more about this Five of Pentacles, this Eight of Swords. This is where it's at. King of Swords. Okay. Okay, there was somebody in your past that really made you feel, it's almost like I feel like this person put money on a higher pedestal than you. This would have been somebody very significant to you, like, right, like somebody very important, like a father figure, or like, you know, like a spouse, or like maybe even a grandfather. Could be a feminine energy, but the King of Swords came up. But this is, it feels like, you know, somebody, you know, maybe, you know, this person, you know, chose work over you all the time, right? And chances are they did that out of their own restrictions, right? Out of their own, but it's like, it seemed like maybe, you know, say, they're reminding me of when I was younger. I remember it was like 8th grade graduation, and I had to like beg my dad, and even my grandparents were like, you can fucking take a day off of work to go see your daughter graduate 8th grade, right? Like, he had to take the day off work, and that was a big deal for him. He didn't take off work for nothing, right? But that was from his own restrictions, right? That was from his own lack. But things like that can make a child feel as though that money and work and things like that are on a higher pedestal than they are, right? It's like, you know, because you see your parents like prioritizing things, and so it kind of, at a young age, you put yourself where you go, right? And then that programming recreates. That is the blockage. That is the blockage. Is because in the past, somebody who was important, who should have made you more of a priority than money or than work, did not. And again, that was from their own restriction. That was from their own programming and things like that. It really had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with their own lack mentality and just, you know, being in survival, right? Like, you know, chances are their intentions were good, right? Like, that, you know, they were just, you know, I can only assume my dad didn't want to miss that day because he wanted to make sure that he could keep a roof over my head, even though I know that he could have even missing just one day, right? Like, you know, but it's like, I try to understand his mindset in that of like, you know, that type of energy. But that is this blockage. That is exactly what it is that somebody prioritize those things over you, and so it created this program that it is like, that these things are more important than you, right? And they're on a higher pedestal than you, or that they're out of your reach, or that, you know what I mean, like, and so you need to flip that, right? You need to put yourself up on this pedestal and bring that stuff down. Okay, down here to, money and a job. Oh, that's just a tool to get me through this earthly experience, right? That's just a tool because it's necessary at this point, but it's not my whole life, and it's I'm a priority, not that, right? That's the blockage. You gotta flip those, okay? Hey, Kara, is Bree here? Brianne. Is that helpful, Sunsies? Again, when you're working through this, you're going internally and you're removing this blockage, right? Keep in mind that they were probably doing this, and again, I don't know your mom, I don't know your parents, I don't know their priorities, I don't know their restrictions and things like that, but it is very helpful to keep in mind, that we are all literally doing the best we can at any given time. That helps me through forgiveness. Nobody really wants to be a selfish ass hoe, you know? They don't want to be that. I don't think. I don't know. I like to assume that. Maybe there are people that do, and that's their own thing, and chances are I probably won't encounter those people, or maybe I already have. I don't know, but if it helps me to forgive people, then it is what it is. Oh, I know. It is, there are a lot of those of us who are on the ascension symptom who are, like, literally, like, living day to day. Okay, like, so you are not alone. I don't mean to laugh, but it is a part of the process. You know, shit. I forgot about that. Hold on, let me go unplug Michael's VR before I forget. But yeah, because we're detaching from these material things. You know what I mean? We're detaching from these, material and worldly things while still getting what it is that we need. And releasing, expectations that we hold upon ourselves that say, well, we should be at this point in our lives, or, things like that. So there is purpose to it, right? It is also to help you develop your faith, and really connect further with the bird spirit, and knowing, the birds don't work for shit. They don't have a job. They don't have a money system, but they eat every day, and they have a house to go to, right? Like they a, a birdhouse, right? Or a bird's nest. But everything that they need shows up for them. It's always there. So it's about tapping into that energy, and allowing the universe and for God to do for you, right? You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to control it all, right? You're here to create. You're an extension of a higher power, and your own physical manifest here to create and enjoy this earthly experience and grow and not just be a part of a system, not just be a slave to the system. That's the old programming. You're stepping into new programming that says, oh, I'm here to have this experience and enjoy it and grow and thrive. And all of my needs are met as it is my birthright. So I'm just going to follow my bliss, and I'm going to allow, I'm going to release this control, and I'm going to allow God, Source, the Divine, the universe to take care of me and to meet my needs. You know, it's like that type of energy. You are limitless, right? Your whole reality is inside of you as you are inside of your reality. So therefore, you have so much more power than you think. Ten. Okay. All right, Brianne. Yes, you're very welcome. I know it's so much easier said than done. Trust me, this is a process that I too have been working through for the last 2 years. And it's taken a lot of faith, a lot of trust, a lot of internal work, a lot of naps when I get scared. If I've already done some sort of internal work, right? It's like, okay, everything is out of my hands. I've done everything I can do, right? That's the best way, is to do everything that you can do, everything in your power, right? For me it was, I show up here every day. I update my resume, I put that out there, and a lot of us are going through a phase where it's like the divine really doesn't want us working for anyone else, right? We're breaking out of that mold. Now that's not for everyone, okay? But that's kind of the thing that I'm starting to get the hold of here, is because I've turned in my resume to a lot of places that I would be perfect for, and that in the past they would have just jumped on my resume, and I'm not getting any responses or anything like that, which is okay, right? I'm just trusting this process. So it's like I've done everything that's in my control, right? After that, I gotta leave it up to the divine, and I can't we can't stress about it. We just have to trust, So a lot of, every time I get an email back that's like, you weren't chosen or something like that, it's like, okay, well, rejection is my protection. Then I start thinking about, yeah, I probably wouldn't have liked that, or yeah, things like that. So trust this process. It is, yeah. Okay. So, Brianne, sorry, back up to you. But I know, Sunsies, it's so much easier to say than to actually go through. I mean, trust me, I've been through the ringer, even just this year, and we're only in April. But it's like, it still always is handled. You know what I mean? Okay. Messages for Brianne. What does she need to do to get her inheritance back? What does Brianne need to do to get her inheritance back? Brianne, I feel like your dad, with the Emperor and this King of Swords here, I feel like your dad may already be working with somebody about this here. We have the Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords. And I was kind of feeling like this. I feel like there's some things going on behind the scenes. Now, there is an energy of like, with this Eight of Swords, this Knight of Swords, it kind of feels like there could be something that maybe you haven't spoke up about. I don't know if it's actually the inheritance or just in general, like to these people, like, but with this Emperor and this King of Swords, this feels like your dad for sure. And the King of Swords is kind of like an investigative energy. Oh, yeah. I heard spirit will prevail. Okay, so the divine is already working on this on your behalf here. Yeah, look, we have the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords. There's a King of Wands that seems to be crossing this situation, that seems to be kind of mad. That there's some sort of, there's something, I don't know who this King of Wands energy is, but yeah, it's like they could have been like controlling the situation or, but it feels like there's somebody in the physical that is feeling very kind of like hopeless, or like they like something is out of their hands, or they're like losing some sort of control about something here. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is also, yeah, because there may be somebody who is getting themselves caught up here, because there is some sort of exposure, there's some sort of truth that's coming out about this situation. I'm not sure that you need to do anything at this moment. Is there anything that Brienne needs to do? Yeah, we have the Hanged Man. Patience. The divine is handling this for you. Yeah, Page of Cups with a Page of Pentacles. This is a message about something in the physical here. Yeah, there's records. There was like some, I feel like, yeah, look, here's the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there, I feel like there are records. There's been some sort of maybe like audit or like attention that's been brought to some sort of record. Somebody's been paid off. They were paid to participate in this somehow, okay? And there's been some sort of records, and this is getting straightened out. Yeah, Three of Wands crossing is like your ship's coming in here, okay? So, yeah, Four of Swords, this is like you getting rest, kind of going within. The Hanged Man here. Brienne, I'm not sure that, I feel like your father's handling it. I know he's not with us, but I feel like he's handling it. There's somebody who is on this, or that is, you know, that this has been brought to it. And I feel like it's maybe not just your case, right? Chances are the same person's possibly been paid off by, you know, several people here, okay? But yeah. That's coming through here. Okay, let me go get Maui. Hold on, guys. Is he a good boy out there? A little bit, at least. Yeah, there's a King of Wands that's real mad because there's an energy of this, something being out of this person's hands at this point. It's like they can't, they can't, like either they can't hide it or like yeah. There's almost an energy too where this person may be kind of mad because it's like, even in your dad's passing, right? Like, I don't know if there was some sort of like hidden resentment within the family. Like, I get a feeling that there could have been some people that were maybe a little envious of your connection with your dad. And so it's almost like there's some sort of like anger that's coming up because it's like even when he's not here, your connection with him is still like surpassing their due diligence, if you will. You know what I mean? Like their efforts. It's like it doesn't matter. If that makes sense. Right. Yeah. I totally get that. Yeah, so there's somebody, it's like literally, I feel like, there's kind of this energy of like, even from the grave, like she's getting her way. You know what I mean? It's like that type of like anger that's like coming through of like, it feels like somebody felt like they finally like, yeah, no, it's something weird like that. People are really beginning to learn the reality that we're not here alone, right? Like you can't see it, but we are surrounded by so many energies and spirit and ancestors and all these things, and they walk among us, and just because they're not in a physical body doesn't mean they have no power. It actually releases restriction and gives them, I think, a lot more power than we know. Because how crazy is this? Yesterday, along my day, I found 2 pennies. And I always, find a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck, right? And I collect them right here. They're, this is probably not all the pennies I've ever found. But anyways, they ended up here. Well, I set these 2, like, on my desk. Hey, Angel guys. And yesterday evening, and, went on about my day. I was, like, emptying my pockets, right? Pulled out my crystals, my pennies. Today, one of my pennies is a nickel. How the fuck? How the fuck? Excuse my language, but what? And it was definitely a penny when I picked it up, because I always, like, I just... Find a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck, right? Yeah. Today, that bitch is a nickel. So, I'm just saying. Crazy. I was sitting here earlier and I was like praying and, just getting ready for the day and kind of organizing some things and stuff like that. And I was like, that mother licker's a nickel today. It was funny. Yeah, exactly, Brianne. I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, look, now my pennies are turning into nickels. I never look at the dates. I should start doing that. Okay, this one is 1983. Where do you find the date on the nickel? It's an old ass nickel. Is there a date on the nickels? I don't know. Let's see. This one's 1982. This one's 1984. What are the chances, guys? Probably high. This one's 1999. 2000. And 2021. Those are the dates. So, but that's cool. 1982, 1983, and 1984. That's dope, isn't it? And then we had 1999 and then 2000. Cool beans. Yeah, that was so crazy though. I was like, what? My penny turned into a nickel. So I'm going to try to turn water into wine next. I'll let you know. I don't really drink wine, but if it works, I'll let you know. Anywho, all right, guys. Well, what are we at? An hour and 40. It's 12 o'clock. I guess maybe I should drink. A drink? I was gonna. Okay. No, I was gonna say eat some lunch. Hey, who knows how to work these? Or what they mean? I mean, I know how to work it, right? But like, how do you read these? It's like the EF thing. EF, MF, RF. Does anybody know? Ooh. No? Okay. I'll Google it. Anyways. I don't know how I ended up with this. I think I borrowed it. That's funny that you... I think Michael's dad let me borrow it. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's a spirit box. I guess that's what you call it. EMF detector. Yeah, I don't know. I was over there. We were talking about baseball or something. And he got this out. He was like, look. And I was like, oh, cool. So I brought it home. We'll see. I like took it around the house and there were like certain areas where it was like pretty high on the EF thing. And I was like, interesting. But I didn't know. I don't know what the parameters are, or like what the, you know, again, yeah, I probably need to Google it. So this is a one that has a sound. It just, there's no sound on this one. It just is a detector of the, like, the vibration, I guess, or I don't know. Yeah. And it was like, I was getting like really high numbers around Michael's room. So clearly I was like, cleanse the shit out of that. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the parameters. You know what I mean? Of like, I could just literally be picking up on like a bug. Or I don't know. Yeah, no, this is just for fun. It's literally just for fun. I've never used it before, and it's just like a learning thing, you know. Something fun to learn about. Um, yeah, it registers the RF, which is the electricity, or the, maybe that's radiation. I don't know. Oh, thanks, Sunsies. Anyways, it was just a fun. I was like, oh, that'd be fun, you know. But right, like there could have been like a mouse or something that it picked up on. I have no idea. Ooh, okay, Marie. That'll be fun. I honestly forgot I had it. It's been here for a little bit. And when I was like cleaning and things like that over the weekend, I was like, oh, looky there. Download Necrometer. Oh, is that like an app? Do they talk through the app? That's cool. With words and sentences. Interesting. Very cool. All right, guys. Yeah. I don't think you're insane. I think that's cool. I never thought about like those things. And then I was like, yeah, like I said, he showed me that one, and I was like, right on. Let's just see. Even though it's like, I feel like I'm already very aware of the energy in the house, but you never know. And, you know, there was a phase where Michael didn't like sleeping in his room. So I just thought, well, maybe there's something that I'm not picking up on. And then, of course, that was doing it like But he's been sleeping in his room quite a bit lately. So, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Grandma and Grandpa, Jake, my aunt, great grandmas, they're always around. They're always around. No, he was never really scared of his room. I don't really know why I think he just liked, his room's on the other side of the house, and so there for a while he was just like camping out in the living room on the couch. But I rearranged the living room, and when he came home yesterday, he was like, it's set up now, and that doesn't look like a sleep room anymore. And I was like, it's not. It looks a lot nicer. I like it a lot better set up this way. It was a struggle because I had to move the TV, which was mounted on the wall. That was a whole deal. But I did it. Yeah, I couldn't find a stud forever. Smelling them, for sure, Murray. For sure. Like, there are certain scents, and I'm like, I know that that's that person. I know that that's the person. Even with, like, lower vibrational energies, I smell those, too. And those smell like mildew or cat piss. So, for sure, confirmation on that. You just say hi, for sure. Definitely. I just like, especially if it's like, you know, an energy that I love, I don't necessarily like, I just embrace it. But anyways, all right, guys, I should probably eat some lunch and get back to, you know, whatever else I was gonna do today. Oh, I gotta go pick up the groceries. That's what I gotta do. Ghost hunting? That would be so fun. It would be fun. It would be fun. I love going to like older places and just feeling the energy and things like that. It'd be a good time. For sure. You are grounded. But it's okay. We all get grounded sometimes. You know? I mean, in other ways. Ooh, that's cool, Murray. Hey, Michelle. Right, exactly. Sunsies as long as nothing comes home with me. Oh, speaking of things like that, the retreat, I would have been freaked out too. Especially as that like grows. Do you also like have just very sensitive smelling, Murray, as well? Um, the retreat is coming along nicely. Okay, so you guys will be getting like more information about dates and how to uh, you know, sign up or whatever, however that goes, very soon. I think I'm almost ready to that point to advertise. So, if anyone was looking to go to the retreat. Yeah. I'm excited too. I'm excited about I set my intention and I've got the itinerary almost planned out, and it's going to be 2 days of communion, connection, healing, breakthrough, laughs, and creating memories. It's going to be good. I'm excited. I don't know. You're grounded. But I'm hoping to have that live and available for you guys, to purchase your tickets and things like that. Um, this month. This month, which will give like 3 months. You'll have like a whole season in between, like 3 months to, get ready. So, and I think we've worked it out. I think it should be very affordable. Um, Spots will be limited. But yeah, it should just be a good time. I'm excited. Definitely my intention is for everyone to have, some sort of breakthrough in self-love. So, because this is going to be a very spiritual retreat. It's not just going to be a little hangout, even though we will hang out. But, anywho's, all right, guys, listen. I love you, all of you, very much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yes, the location is going to be in Michigan. It is going to be in Michigan. We found a spot. Another one of our beautiful family members has a spot that she's wanting to turn into a place for retreats. So I thought we could be kind of like the kickoff for her. So at least I think it's going to be her first retreat there. I'm not 100%, but kind of like a kickoff for her. So, and and because our community, I feel like, is very, we can help her work through some tweaks, and we can all work through tweaks as far as like the retreat itself. And the dates are going to be August 9th and 10th. So it's on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We'll get there. Arrival will be, early in the day, Saturday, and departure will be Sunday afternoon. So, August 9th and 10th in Michigan. And then, yeah, the itinerary and stuff, I'm working on that, and pricing and stuff like that. So, like I said, working with it's Wendy who has this spot, working with her and getting everything up and going so y'all can purchase the tickets. And we got really good deal. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It is going to be a good time. For sure you can try. But, all right, guys. Listen, I love ya. I love you, I love you, I love you. I hope that you have a good day. Enjoy this. I was going to say enjoy the weather. It's cold. Enjoy the sun. But yeah, I got to go get my groceries before I got to get the kids and stuff like that. Love you guys.